On the 9th of January 2014, the Galana irrigation project officially began with a groundbreaking ceremony officiated by the president. Cropping itself began last year, and since then there have been 3,500 acres that has been brought under crop. And all this green maize you see still has a few more months to go before it can be ready for harvesting. But if you can see the brown in my background over there, that is crop that was just recently harvested. Now this Galana project itself begins with an initial phase of 10,000 acres, which is expected to be ready next year. But then a few questions have been raised about the pace of the project, and even at some point Parliament threatened to shut down the project because they said it was progressing painfully slowly compared to the amount of money that had been spent. The managers of the project, on the other hand, say that everybody just needs to take a deep breath and calm down.
The pace is, I would not say is very slow, because we are looking at an overall completion rate of almost 70%. What you see under production, which is about 3,000 acres right now, is the last, I'd say the last mile end of the production process or the completion process. There is a lot of engineering works that have been put in place, that are still being put in place, that reflect the actual overall completion rate. So yes, production of the actual crop is at a lower level, but given the progress, both at the intake, where I'm sure you can have a look, on the field in terms of where we're moving now towards the drip farm area, we believe we'll hit the target, which is completion of infrastructure by around March 2017.
From the time the project started to date, there have been a few modifications, including the budget for the 10,000 acre model farm being slashed by half from the initial 14 billion shillings. The design of the farm has also been modified to cut out some elements, such as the milling components. A total of 13 varieties of maize have been tried at the farm, but the average yield has not met the 40 bag per acre target.
In most cases, by the time you are doing the land harvest, normally you are much below even what is the potential. So the harvest is not just about the variety, it has other also agronomic requirement which goes in together, and these are things we are improving as we move forward.
The farm has borrowed heavily from Israel's irrigation practices, from the technologies used to the manner in which the crops are planted. Each variety tested at Galana produced different yields, with the average yield being 31 bags per acre. Questions have been raised about why the yield has fallen short of target, yet an Israeli company is at the forefront of implementation.
For the Israel to achieve the 40 bags and above, they will tell you and they will confess to you it has taken them over 50 years continuous progressive improvement of the agronomic aspect. A lot needs to be done in order to improve ourselves, in order to get to that level. Even at that 1 bags per acre, that is much above the Kenyan average.
With the 3 harvests, a total 120,000 bags have come out of Galana to date, most of which is still at storage at the NCPB depot in Voi. But even as development of the 10,000 acre model farm is expected to be completed by mid next year, it will be a little while longer before the private sector can come in, because the Water and Irrigation Ministry says it needs a little more time to properly map out the land and also identify the part of the land that will be left for the locals. Zeynab Wandati, NTV, for Food Friday.